This week on Granite State Challenge, the Bulldogs of Bedford High School face off against the Patriots of Profile High School. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by Bangor Savings Bank, Safety Insurance, NEA New Hampshire, Aroma Joe's, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Granite State Challenge. We are nearing the end of our quarterfinal round. 3 teams have already punched their ticket to semifinals. One of these 2 teams is going to round out that last 4th spot. Let's introduce them to you. First up, we've got the team from Bedford High School.
Hi, I'm Matt and I'm a freshman.
I'm Alina and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Sumaid and I'm a freshman.
Hello, I'm Tabitha and I'm a sophomore.
The alternates are Tristan and Samantha, and the team is coached by DI coordinator Kelly Chizovsky and parent Sherry Arp. And they're the team from Bedford High School. And their opponents this week are the Patriots of Profile High School.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Micah and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Isaac and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Raiden and I'm a junior.
Their alternate is Sophia, and the team is coached by social studies teacher Paul Savard, and that's the team from Profile High School. Those are our teams this week, but of course we would be remiss if we did not also introduce our beloved judge on the Ann Cam, Ann Belanger. All right, teams, introductions are out of the way. Go ahead and grab those signaling devices. We're going to play some Granite State Challenge. As you know, we play in 4 rounds. In round 1, 10-point toss-up questions. So, Bedford and Profile, good luck. Here we go. Although he is usually associated with Philadelphia, Benjamin Franklin was born in this city. Matthew of Bedford.
Boston.
Boston is right. You will find a statue of this singer, who was the subject of the movie Coal Miner's Daughter, outside of the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. Matthew of Bedford.
Dolly Parton.
Sorry, no. Profile. There's a Loretta Lynn. Grabbing this part of a player's helmet in an NFL game leads to a 15-yard penalty and, if committed by the defense, an automatic first down. Raiden of Profile.
The face mask?
Yes. If you type the phrase, "the answer to life, the universe, and everything" into Google, you will get a calculator display showing this number taken from the Douglas Adams work, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Maddie of Profile.
42.
That's right. These subatomic particles have the same mass, electrons, and an equal but positive charge. Matthew of Bedford.
Protons.
Sorry, no. Profile? Maddie?
Neutrons.
Nope. It was a positron is what we were looking for. These candy-filled papier-mâché containers are often associated with Mexico, but their origin may be from China. Matt of Bedford.
Pinatas.
Yes. All right, teams, the next question is a math question. You have pencil and paper if you like. What is the area of a parallelogram with a base of 12 inches and a height of 14 inches? Isaac of Profile.
168.
Need the units.
Feet squared.
Sorry, no. Bedford? Matthew?
168 inches squared?
Is inches squared. We needed the inches squared. All right, teams, go ahead and take a look at your monitor for the next question. This mammal spends much of its time in underground burrows. It is a member of the weasel family and preys on ground squirrels, rats, gophers, and mice. Micah of Profile.
Badger.
It is a badger. This singer, who released part 1 of an anticipated 2-part memoir in 2024, had a hit in 1998 with the song Believe. Matt of Bedford.
Josh Groban.
Sorry, no. Profile. She's a favorite of ours. We're looking for Cher. All right, teams, in this American folktale, a giant lumberjack named Paul Bunyan travels the wilderness with a giant blue one of these named Babe. Raiden of Profile.
Ox.
That's right. The term for these plant and animal microorganisms was coined in 1887 by German marine biologist Victor Hansen, from the Greek word for wanderer or drifter. Isaac of profile.
Plankton.
Correct. This mark that looks like a C with a hook underneath it is used in French to tell you the C is pronounced with a soft C and not a hard C. Maddie of profile.
Circumflex.
That's no. Bedford. Matthew?
Tilde.
Nope. We're looking for the cedilla. Cedilla. Built by black builder Hope Still Cheswell in 1758 for Captain Gregory Purcell, this historic home on Middle Street in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, is now named for this Revolutionary War hero who rented a room in the house from 1781 to 82 while his ship America was being built. Matthew of Bedford.
The Revere House.
Sorry, no. Profile. That tenant was John Paul Jones. All right, teams, Valentine's Day is celebrated on February 14th. Spell February. Matthew of Bedford.
February.
Correct. All right, teams, you have pencil and paper there if you need it. What is the greatest common divisor of 36 and 48? Isaac of profile.
12.
12 is right. All right, teams, the next question is our Unitil Power question. It's worth double the points, so 20-point toss-up coming to you on your monitors. Take a look.
This author of The Color Purple said, "The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any."
Alina of Bedford.
Alice Walker.
Correct. What is the name of the school that the characters of Vampire Academy attend? Matthew of Bedford?
Vampire Academy.
Sorry, no. Isaac of profile?
Monster High.
No, great guesses. It is St. Vladimir's Academy. This dean of St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin was a satirist known for the works A Tale of a Tub, An Argument Against Abolishing Christianity, and Gulliver's Travels. Matthew of Bedford.
James Joyce.
Sorry, no. Profile. This is Jonathan Swift. In 1990, this country was invaded and annexed by Iraq, which initiated the Gulf War. Sumith of Bedford.
Kuwait.
Yes, correct. All right, our next question is a video question by our hometown host and author of New Hampshire Trivia, Rebecca Rule. Take a look.
The first of these on the continent were planted at the Wentworth Coolidge Mansion in Portsmouth by our first colonial governor, Benning Wentworth, in the 1750s. In May of 1919, it was declared the official New Hampshire state flower.
Matthew of Bedford.
The lilac.
The lilac is right. And that sound ends round one, and at the end of the round, Bedford with a tiny lead by a score of 80-60. All right, great start, teams. We're going to take a break in the action right now just to get to know our players a little bit before we get to round two. And we're going to start with the team from Bedford High School. Bedford High School is located in Bedford, New Hampshire, just outside of Manchester. About 1,500 students, and in the first round, this team defeated the team from Hopkinton. And we'll start with Tabitha down here. Last time you were on the show in the first round, you talked about color guard, but you didn't tell me you got to take the show on the road. Where'd you get to go?
We got to march down Main Street in Disney in Florida.
Okay, so you got to go to Walt Disney World. So you got the whole team gets to go down there. What was that experience like?
It was very fun. We got to go there for 6 days, and there were 2 days dedicated to performing. The first full day we were there was dedicated to the choir performance, which I was also a part of. And the second day was dedicated to the parade down Main Street, which I performed color guard in.
Great. And if they get the trip again, you're going to go?
Yes.
Absolutely. Fantastic. All right, next up we have Sumaith, also a traveler. You've got to go 2 trips to where?
I went to Hawaii.
Okay, so it says here you've been to all 4 islands of Hawaii. Do you have a favorite?
Probably the Big Island because I was able to see a volcano erupt.
Okay, what was that like? How close were you able to get?
We were really close. I remember we were just like sitting on this edge, and there was this fence, and it was like pitch black, and all we could see was just the lava flowing, and it was like the most surreal experience.
Was it at night?
Yeah, it was at night.
Could you feel the heat and everything?
I don't remember, but I think we were able to.
Yeah, wow. What a great experience. All right, gonna go again?
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, excellent. All right, Alina is on Granite State Challenge. This is your second appearance on Granite State Challenge, but not your second appearance on TV.
No, third.
Third, okay, tell us about the first.
When I was 7, I went to Massachusetts and I was in this show called Prospects of Kidkind, which is basically I just talked to the Cambridge vice mayor
Okay.
about like global warming and how to solve like city planning issues. Truly don't know why they had 7-year-olds talking about that.
What was your genius solution?
My idea was that we should be farming on the top of buildings so people can live on farmland. Surely something no one has ever thought of or tried before.
Well, it doesn't matter because if they put farms on the tops of buildings, I think lots of people would enjoy that. So there we go. And team captain, Matt, didn't just qualify for Granite State Challenge this year. You also qualified for a music accolade. Tell us about it.
I am in New Hampshire's Jazz All States Choir.
Okay, so Jazz All State for voice.
Yes.
So this was something you had to audition for?
Yes,
Tell
it
us
was.
about that.
My music teacher asked if anyone was interested during a class, and she gave out the audition materials, had around a month to prepare, and then they would, we all went to the school. I can't remember what school.
That's okay.
Yeah, we gathered, we auditioned, and then they gave us the news.
And as a ninth grader, it's pretty rare that you got the call, right?
Somewhat.
Yeah, okay. Well, congratulations. And this is the team from Bedford High School. All right, next up, we're going to talk to the team from Profile High School. Profile is located up in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, about 141 students from the towns of Bethlehem, Easton, Franconia, Sugar Hill, and, of course, Landaff. Can't forget about Landaff. And we'll start down here with Raiden. And just before taping, I learned something about you, and that is that you are able to do what with your hands and thumbs? And
I have a bunch of double jointed ligaments everywhere. Like my thumbs are weird,
and
my knees are weird. And
how did you learn this about yourself?
I don't have a clue.
Just at some point in your memory, you started to notice it.
Yep.
Do you ever trick people or mess with people?
All the time. I'll be like, hey, push my thumb, thinking they're gonna do the fart thing, but they're like, ah.
Yeah, I did it myself, and it was a notable experience. All right, next up is Isaac, and we have a lot of Eagle Scouts that come on Granite State Challenge, and I like to talk to them about their Eagle Scout project. But you kind of went above and beyond, and you earned an additional accolade. Tell us about it.
So I was awarded the Eagle Scout of the Year award for New Hampshire for 2023. And I had to apply for that, and it was based off of my entire scouting career, including my 55 merit badges, several awards, and my Eagle Project, which was a health, safety, and fitness fair for kids.
Excellent. So you work all of that time, you build up that big old resume, and it pays off with an award for the entire state of New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Congratulations. All right, next up is Micah. Micah's working on a sort of accolade or achievement of your own. Tell us what you're about to accomplish.
This spring, I'm gonna finish my last mountain of the 48 4,000 footers in New Hampshire.
So there are 48 4,000 footers in New Hampshire, and you've already hiked 47 of them. Which one do you have left?
I've got Adams left.
Okay, is Adams a tough one? Is this one that you're worried about, or?
Hopefully not. We did a similar one, Madison, last spring, so that one went pretty well. So I'm hoping this one will also go well.
So this spring you'll finish it and you'll get the little the badge for it.
I'm not sure there is a badge.
Oh, there's not? Well, you should make yourself one then. How's that? All right, and team captain Maddie got to take a trip yourself last April. It sounds pretty amazing.
Yes.
Tell us.
I went on a trip with a bunch of other students at Profile to Italy last April. We went to Rome, the Vatican, Naples, and Pompeii.
And did you have a favorite aspect of that trip?
Pompeii was absolutely my favorite. I've loved Pompeii since I was a little kid, so it was nice getting to see all the little places I had learned about.
Yeah, wonderful art, bringing history to life. Trip of a lifetime. And that is the team from Profile High School. All right, teams, thank you for that. But we're going to jump back into the action with our 3 strikes and you're out round. So the way this round works is that each team gets 10 questions. We go down the line player by player until all 10 questions in the category are asked or until 3 strikes and you're out. As a reminder, each team has 3 passes, so you can pass to the person next to you if you don't know the answer. And something in the previous question will be the inspiration for the next question. So, Bedford, we do this alphabetically, so we'll start with you. And Matthew, this is your question. Modern dancer and choreographer Isadora Duncan died when this was caught in the axle of the car she was riding in.
A scarf.
It was a scarf. Alina, this actor played Tony Montana in the 1983 movie Scarface.
Tom Cruise.
It's Al Pacino. Sumaith, Al Pacino played this mob boss in the Godfather movies.
Pass.
All right, he passed. Tabitha?
May you repeat the question?
Sure. Al Pacino played this mob boss in the Godfather movies. It was Michael Corleone. Matt, Marlon Brando, who played Vito Corleone in The Godfather, also played Jor-El, the father of this superhero, in a 1978 movie.
Batman.
Sorry, it's Superman. And just like that, 3 strikes ends your round. All right, Profile, we come on over to you. Same drill. We'll go right down the line. Maddie, we'll start with you. This is your question. Chuck Yeager is famous for doing this in 1947.
Pass.
Micah?
No.
It was breaking the sound barrier. Isaac, we go to you. The towns of Kill Devil Hills and Kitty Hawk are found on the barrier islands that are part of this state.
No answer.
No answer. It is North Carolina. Raiden, Kitty Hawk is the site where these 2 brothers took flight, and we need both of their first names.
Pass.
Oh, he got that pass in. Maddie?
Wilbur Orville Wright.
Correct. Micah, the 1960s sitcom Mr. Ed features a talking one of these, of course.
Pass.
All right, let's pass to Isaac.
Can you repeat the question?
The 1960s sitcom Mr. Ed features a talking one of these, of course.
Puppet.
Sorry, no, it's a horse, of course. 3 strikes, and that ends your round. All right, that's the end of round 2. We're going to go right into round 3. I'd like to invite the alternates to come on up and join their teams at the podium as we get ready for our 60-second round. In the 60-second round, each team gets 10 questions in a category. You can work together, talk together as a team. We'll give you 10 points for each correct response and a bonus of 10 if you get them all correct. We start with the team trailing, which right now is Profile. So, Maddie, you can talk to your team and choose from these categories. Isn't it ironic? 2M and Raptors.
2M.
2M. Are you guys good for that?
Sure. Yeah.
2M.
2M. Okay. The answers to all the following will include words with 2 consecutive letter M's. Okay. Again, Maddie, you could talk to your team. I'll take your answer as the team answer. 60 seconds. Start the clock. This is a network of cells, tissues, and organs that helps protect you from disease.
No answer.
His immune system. Thomas Paine was the author of this pamphlet.
Common sense.
Correct. Peter Gabriel had a hit with this smashing song.
Pass.
Sledgehammer. This is a set of rules for how language is structured, which most writers try to follow.
Grammar.
Yes. Preserved body that might be found in a pyramid.
Mummy.
Yes. She's your female parent.
Mommy.
Correct. Make sure you put one of these in an introductory clause.
Comma.
Correct. This is the top of a mountain or a meeting between world leaders.
Summit.
Correct. This is one of the 4 seasons.
Summer.
Yes, this is a relaxing place to rest in. Just be careful getting in and out of it.
Pass.
It is a hammock. And on the and cam, adding them all up,
7.
7 out of 10 on your 60-second round. All right, Bedford, that means we turn to you. And Matthew, you can talk to your team. You could choose from our remaining categories, Isn't It Ironic or Raptors?
I think we'd like to do ironic.
Ironic,
Yes.
okay. The answers to the following will include the word iron or the letters I-R-O-N in that order. Okay, Matthew, you can talk to your team. I will take your answer as the team answer. 60 seconds, start the clock. In his other life, industrialist Tony Stark is this hero.
Iron Man.
Correct. American football is played on a field known by this name.
Gridiron.
Correct. The first of these warships in the USS was the USS Monitor.
Oh, ironclad.
Ironclad.
Correct. This is known as the EPA.
Environmental Protection Agency.
Correct. This imaginary barrier separated the Soviet bloc from the rest of Europe during the Cold War.
Iron Curtain.
Correct. This is an English heavy metal band formed in 1975.
Iron Maiden.
Yes. This lasted from around 1200 to 500 BC.
Iron Age.
Correct. This American rock band is known for the song In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida.
I don't know.
There's Iron Butterfly. British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher was known by this nickname.
Iron Lady.
Yes. This mechanical respirator helped people with polio breathe.
Iron Lung.
Iron Lung is right. And 9 out of 10 on your 60-second round. Thank you very much, alternates. You can go ahead and take your seats as we get ready for round 4. In round 4, we're going to pick back up with our toss-up questions. We're going to double the point value to 20 points, but we will be deducting 20 points for incorrect responses. So, playing smart and strategically, Bedford in profile, it's still a tight game. Good luck. Let's play. In this tale by Dr. Seuss, a reptile who is king of the pond stands on his subject so he can reach higher than the moon. I want to take a chance on Yertle the turtle. The diet of worms held in 1521 was called for by Holy Roman Emperor Charles V to ask this German priest to recant his writings. Matthew of Bedford.
Martin Luther.
Yes. Between 1883 and 1929, over 1,689 libraries were built across the United States, including 9 public libraries in New Hampshire, with the help of money donated by this businessman and philanthropist who made his fortune in railroads, oil, and steel. Matthew of Bedford.
Carnegie.
Carnegie is right. When he died in 1967, President Johnson stated that this writer, who wrote the poetry collections Chicago Poem, Cornhuskers, and Smoke and Steel, and a multi-volume biography of Abraham Lincoln, was more than the voice of America, more than the poet of its strength and genius. He was America. He said that about Carl Sandburg. In the penultimate episode of this series entitled Granite State, high school chemistry teacher turned drug criminal Walter White escapes to an isolated cabin in northern New Hampshire. Raiden of profile.
Breaking Bad.
Correct. Go ahead and look at your monitor for the next question, teams. This Cornish, New Hampshire native served as Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court from 1864 to 1873. That was Salmon P. Chase. Math questions coming up for you next. What is the sum of the interior angles of a hexagon? Sumaith of Bedford?
720.
That is right, 720 degrees. The day after the attack on Pearl Harbor, this president delivered his Day of Infamy speech, and Congress declared war on Japan. Maddie of profile.
FDR.
Correct. This Manchester Central graduate plays Count Drac in the 2012 movie Hotel Transylvania. Matthew of Bedford.
Adam Sandler.
Yes. The 1998 teen rom-com 10 Things I Hate About You and the Broadway show Kiss Me Kate are both based on this work by Shakespeare, featuring Petruchio and Katharina. Alina of Bedford.
The Taming of the Shrew.
That is right. Teens, what was the first war declared by the U.S. Congress? Raiden of profile.
War of 1812.
That is right. During the French Revolution, the first estate was the clergy, the second estate was the nobility, the third estate was the commoner. What was the fourth estate? Maddie of profile.
Serfs.
Sorry, no. Matthew of Bedford?
The king?
Sorry, nope. It was the media's the fourth estate. From 1309 to 1376, 7 Catholic popes called this French city home. Matthew of Bedford.
Avignon.
Correct. You will find 50 American flags, one for each state, encircling this structure in Washington, D.C. Matthew of Bedford.
Washington Monument.
Right. This sport invented in Henniker, New Hampshire in 1981 by stockbroker Hayes Knoll and outdoorsman and writer Charles Gaines can be a bit messy and might leave players looking like a Jackson Pollock painting. Sumait of Bedford.
Paintball?
That is right. What is the position held by the person who breaks a tie? Well, there is no tie here. It'll be Bedford moving on to the semifinals. Excellent game, players. Bedford, congratulations on your victory. We'll see you in a few weeks in the semifinals. And Profile, congratulations on your first round victory. Tough loss today, but we had fun having you here. We hope you had fun as well. We hope you had fun at home. We do hope that you tune in next week as we have our very first semifinal matchup that pits the team from Tilton School and Trinity High School. That'll do it for us this week on Granite State Challenge. We hope you had fun. We had fun here, and we learned a lot. I hope you did as well. We'll see you next time.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by Bangor Savings Bank, Safety Insurance, NEA New Hampshire, Aroma Joe's, and viewers like you. Thank you.